Hello, everybody. I am I am the vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. And I'm back with another top 10. It's a time for another Pokemon top 10. I am feeling it, especially with the Pokemon 20th anniversary. Celebrating it, I'm gonna try at least each week to put out a new Pokemon top 10. And probably each region I'll do my favorite top 10 in Pokemon, my top 10 favorite Pokemon, and my top 10 favorite starters, which that's what this week is going to be, my top 10 favorite starter Pokemon. And remember, this is my list. Some of you may have a different list than mine. I really have not played the 6th generation too much, so, you may not see many 6th generation on this list. So, don't hate. Just leave your top 10 in the description below, or in the comments, and I'll look at it. I really like to look at other people's top 10s and debate and whatnot, but we're gonna jump right into it. And at number 10 I have the Trico line. When I played Ruby and Sapphire, and even Alpha Sapphire, or Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I now more I do use the Trico line because, especially when I go back and play it again, because the Mega Evolution they gave Sceptile gave him a Dragon typing, and I liked that. It was different. And Trico is actually the only grass type you're going to find on this list because Trico is my favorite grass type and the starters. Other than that, I hated them all. Snivy's stupid. Um, Chespin's okay. I like Chespin. And Bulbasaur, I like Bulbasaur too, but he just wasn't enough to make it into the top 10. So, but he's number 10. And number 9, I have the Torchic line. I have the Torchic line basically because of Blaziken. Because the first time I played him, Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, I used the Torchic line every time. I didn't know about Mudkip until later because I was still a kid at the time, but I used the Torchic line every time, and Blaziken was a beast for me. Blaze kicked everything, and Blaziken is basically the only reason why they're at number 9. At number 8, I have Oshawott, the Oshawott line. And the Oshawott line's on here because the anime. I loved Ash's Oshawott. It's so cute and adorable, and it loves its shells, man. And then that thing evolves into a Samurott. Man, that thing is a beast. And that thing is a very good thing. Aqua Blade, that's a good Pokemon right there. But he's at number 8. Number 7, I have Piplup. I have the Piplup line because I love penguins, and Empoleon is the Emperor Penguin, and Empoleon, Piplup, and Prinplup are a good line because it just shows the great evolution line, and Piplup is also very, very cute. So that makes up for a really. And then Empoleon is a great Pokemon to use in battles and everything. But that's number 7. And number 6, I have Squirtle line. I have the Squirtle line because first time I played Blue version, I thought I had to pick the Pokemon on the cover, so I picked the Squirtle line. And I didn't know you could catch other Pokemon. So I was like 10, and so basically what I did was I had a Blastoise by the 3rd gym, and then I got my butt kicked by Lieutenant Surge. So I had to go get a Dugtrio, and basically I had a Dugtrio and a Blastoise until I got my boy Nidoking, my Nidorina, and then got a Nidoking. But um, and if you don't know, Nidoking is my favorite Pokemon. So like my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. So, um, but he's at number 6. At number 5, I have the Froakie line. And I have the Froakie line on number 5 because I love Greninja and how they kind of make it like a ninja line where they use their Fruzzles as like smoke bombs and stuff like that. And the Aqua Shuriken or whatever the move's called that he has that's specifically for Greninja is amazing. I love how they bring unique moves just for specific Pokemon, and that's awesome. Number 4, I have Cyndaquil. First time I ever played Silver and Gold, I picked Cyndaquil because I was crazy about fire types. I said, okay, if this is anything like Charmander, this thing's going to be a powerhouse. This thing's going to be very good for me. Well, I love Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil was so cute. And then it evolved into Quilava, and I said, this thing is cool looking. What's it going to look like when it evolves? And then that thing evolved into Typhlosion. And that thing was my top Pokemon in my team through my whole playthrough. That thing was amazing. I leveled that thing up to my first level 100 ever was my first level 100. And the Typhlosion just has a close place in my heart. And that's why he's on this list. At number 3, we're getting down to the top 3 now. At number 3, I have Charmander. And I have Charmander here because I love Charmander. He was my first Pokemon I ever picked in the red version. Or in any version, my first Pokemon. And you never forget your first. And need I remind you, Charizard. Nothing else needs to be said. He's got 2 Megas, for God's sake. And that's how good and cool Charmander is. And he's at number 3 on my list. At number 2, I have my boy Mudkip. And this thing is amazing. I love it. I love Swampert. Swampert is one of my favorite water types. And because it's water ground, it's amazing. Electric moves won't even work on this thing. You have to hit it with grass moves. That's how good this thing is. Swampert is the top. If it wasn't for the top guy on the list, he'd be the top dog. But the guy at number 1 has a close place to my heart because my best friend had this Pokemon, and he gave it to me. And before he left to go away, and I never seen him or talked to him again. And he gave me this Pokemon. He gave me his Totodile, and Totodile was number 1 on this list for that reason. Not just that reason, but I love Totodile. He's so cute. How could you not love Totodile? Yes, he's pure water type, but he evolves from Totodile to Crocodile to the great alligator Feraligatr. And I named him Killer Croc, and I just ran through my whole crystal version and silver version that I had him in, and I love that thing, man. It was awesome. And that is my top 10 for this week. Remember, give me your top 10 favorite starter types or started Pokemon. I would love to debate and look at what you have and what's your top 10 and your number 1 pick and everything. And also like and subscribe. Don't forget that. And also, I am vengeance. I am the knight. I am Bad Brand.